Now, this Article 26 states that everyone has the right to education, which shall be free, which shall be free, comma, at least in the elementary, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Don't you think that our right to education is inspired by this particular article only? So we have the right to be educated, and that restricts to the fundamental or the basic level.
Excuse me, sir, can you repeat?
Repeat from where? Article 26. Okay, write down. Article 26 states that everyone has the right to education, which shall be free. Mind it, which shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Full stop. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Elementary education shall be compulsory. So it should be one's right to get the elementary education as a matter of right. And the state should make provision that the citizens of the country are not deprived of this basic right. See, education would provide you the means for subsistence. It is not offering some subsidy so that you can survive. So it will help you develop the skills, which is so important. And right to education is very much inspired by this article only. Article 27. Everyone has the right, everyone has the right to participate in cultural life, to participate freely, to participate freely in the cultural life of a community, to enjoy the art, to enjoy the arts, and to share and to share the scientific advancement and to share the scientific advancement. So you have got all right to lead your cultural lifestyle. There should not be any prohibition or any restrictions from the state government in this regard. The state should keep away from from indulging into any sort of interference in this regard. You have got all right to carry on with the culture that you like to pursue and carry on with activities, being an active member. So that is a fundamental right that should be provided. So if a state starts curbing on these rights, it simply loses its face. Getting it? It is not seen in good light. If any attempt is made to curb your cultural affiliations, let them live the way, unless they become any threat to the country. Let them lead the life they like to. The next one, Article 28. Everyone is entitled, everyone is entitled to a social, everyone is entitled to a social and international order. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which in which the rights and freedoms in which the rights and freedoms set forth set forth in this declaration in this declaration can be fully realized, can be fully realized. So everyone is entitled to a social international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be. So it is the uh, duty of the state government to ensure that this system prevails. Everyone who likes to follow the international norms, the way of living, they should be offered a complete freedom in this regard. There should be no subjugation of these rights in any ways. That will be disastrous. The penultimate one, 29, Article 29. You see, there are so many rights, and these rights are extended to people so that they could harness their potential and contribute to the society. Because if there is any subjugation that is perpetrated from the government, uh, that will alienate people. They will not relate with the society, they will not relate with the country that they are a part of. So, the government should be very supportive in this regard. That is what let them live a free life. Let them, you should not curb too many uh, restrictions. You should not impose too many restrictions. It is high time that we unleash the shackles in a greater way. So write down that Article 29. In the exercise of his rights, in the exercise of his rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subject to, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations, only to such limitations as are determined by, as are determined by law, as are determined by law solely for the purpose, solely for the purpose of security, sorry, solely for the purpose of securing due recognition, due recognition and respect, due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms, for the rights and freedoms of others, and of meeting, and of meeting,
Sir, securing
securing due recognition, securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedom, for the rights and freedom of others, and of meeting the just requirements, and of meeting the just requirements so requirement of morality, comma, public order, public order, and the general welfare, and the general welfare in a democratic society, in a democratic society. in a democratic society. So what this is all about, it simply states that there should be a room for coexistence. Your right should not meddle with the other's right. There should be a room for everyone, and there should not be any limitation imposed as such, unless and until the state has certain regulations to carry to ensure regarding the security. There should not be any intervention of any sort. So that was Article 29. In the exercise of his right and freedom, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by law. If law has certain serious note to make regarding the regulation, then only. So it is the state to decide to what extent this these limitations could be imposed, depending upon the level of development and the cultural norms and practices. So unless and otherwise, people should be set free to practice whatever they like to. And the last one, the final, ultimate, Article 30. Nothing in this declaration, nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any right to engage in any activity any activity or to perform any act or to perform any act aimed at aimed at the destruction of aimed at the destruction of any of the rights any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. Rights and freedom set forth herein. So any act of uh, prohibition perpetrated by any quarters is simply uh, not accepted. If there is any attack on these rights, that should be done away with, unless and other there are uh, there are laws that have been framed by the state government in that regard in order to protect the national integrity or security. To what extent these laws are framed out, in light of that you are given all sorts of freedom to cherish. Now, though you have written all the 30 different articles, make sure that you pinpoint the more important ones, because if they ask you a question in a university exam like discuss the salient features or the major provisions, they will not be asking to write down all the 30 articles, because these different provisions were to be covered. Therefore we have given you a glimpse of all the 30 articles that is part and parcel of the uh, United Nations Declaration on Human Rights. But make sure that you pinpoint the more crucial ones, the uh, uh, more important ones, rather than the ones that are very minuscule in nature, like this Article 30 or even Article 29. These are very generalized strictures that one should follow. It is you have to boil down to the more specific ones, like the right to education. Getting it? So we have to pinpoint some major articles and make sure that we remember the article and the provision. Maybe out of 30 you select 10. That will suffice. But what 10 uh, will have to be selected, that is to be decided. But make sure that because it is not even practically possible that you remember all the 30 articles, and that will hardly suffice the purpose even. Just pick and choose any 10, and that is good enough. So with this, we at least come to an end of this extensive and elaborate discussion on the human right, the declaration. Uh, in the next class, we start the new topic. We come to an end as far as this particular topic was concerned. In the next class, we start the new topic for the day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.